Welcome back, SethBling here. Recently, I've been learning how to speedrun Minecraft 1.16 Random Seed Glitchless speedruns. That's where you boot up a new world in Minecraft 1.16 and you use a random seed and then try and kill the end dragon as fast as possible. And so to help myself learn how to do this, I have written a data pack. So if I type /reload, we'll see all the options that are in the data pack. If you don't have cheats enabled in your world, you can also use /trigger practice, just like that, and it will bring up a list of the options. And so I'm going to go over what all these options are. You can click on these as buttons. And doing so, I'm going to go over the general outline for a typical 1.16 Random Seed Glitchless speedrun. Of course, every seed is different, so you never know quite what you're going to get, but still, successful speedruns do tend to follow a sort of outline that depend on the random generation of the world. So, for instance, the very first thing you do when you boot up a new world is you look for a village, specifically a plain savanna or desert village, because those are the ones that generate with bales of hay in them, which is a very fast source of a lot of food. I don't see a village nearby, even though I am in a plains, but, of course, for practice purposes, if I just want to practice, what it's like to raid a village, I can go ahead and click one of these buttons. So to random plains village or savanna village or desert village. Let's go to a plains village. It's the most common one. And when I click that button, it's going to teleport me around. So if you look at my coordinates, they are out there. So my X coordinate right now is 840,028. My Z coordinate is 661,211. So this is a very random village. It puts you near the village. It usually doesn't put you inside the village. This helps you quickly assess the village. So for instance, the smithy is usually one of the first things you want to look at because it can have things like iron in it. This one did have 1 iron ingot. Not a lot, but sometimes they have more and it's really useful. These bales of hay are very useful from villages. You want to kill an iron golem. The iron golem drops 3 to 5 iron ingots. And so that'll usually help you build a bucket and a flint and steel. You want to get the beds. The beds are actually super useful for the Ender Dragon fight. If you haven't already seen the speedrun before, I'll show you what that's like at the end of the video as we get to the later part of the speedrun. So you get beds and food, stone tools, obviously. If you don't actually want to practice raiding a village, though, the data pack has got you covered. There's a Post Village Hotbar button. So you click Post Village Hotbar, and it basically gives you an inventory full of things that I personally would expect to have after I finish a village. So there's my flint and steel, water, a lot of beds, that food, stuff like that. Arrows, I actually usually get a fletching table and force one of these villagers to become a fletcher so I can trade it for arrows. It's a nice fast way of getting arrows. And so yeah, if you don't actually want to practice raiding a village, you can move on to the next step. So after you do raid the village and get all those things, you need to get to the Nether. You need to go to the Nether to get blaze rods because you need blaze powder for Eyes of Ender to activate the portal and get to the end dragon. So I don't have a lava pool near me. Doesn't look like there's going to be one nearby. I'm kind of in the middle of the ocean, but if I just want to practice, well, there's 2 ways to get to the Nether. There's either a lava pool, which is a fast way to make a portal, or you can find a random ruin portal, as you're walking around. So I have a button here which will actually take you to a random ruin portal. Sometimes that portal is underground. Yeah, there it's underground. So sometimes you have to click that button a couple times. To random ruin portal. Let's see if we get one above ground. Oof. I don't even know. Let's try one more time. I'll reload to bring up those menu options again. To random ruin portal. I've never had to click it this many times. One more time, I guess. Hopefully. My goodness, they're all below ground. I usually just the first or second try, you get one. So here we have a random ruin portal. Ruin portals are great because they have some obsidian spawned in already, and sometimes you can find more in the chest. You can also find iron and flint, so if you don't have your flint and steel, you can use that to make the flint and steel. Sometimes there's lava around. This model of ruin portal doesn't come with lava, but you could use it to finish the portal, potentially. There's also something else. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, but the gold blocks. If you have extra iron and you can afford to make an iron pick, then you can mine those gold blocks, and they're super useful for trading with piglins. So if you find a ruined portal, that can be a good way to get to the Nether. It doesn't always work out, though. In this case, this would not have been sufficient to get me to the Nether. So the normal way to get to the Nether is to find a lava pool, or with my plugin, you can just click the Create Lava Pool button, and it'll make a random little lava pool somewhere in front of you. And yeah, it's a little bit different every time to help you practice what it's like to encounter a randomized lava pool, or something you might encounter in an actual speedrun. And there's a pretty fast technique for building a portal out of a lava pool. It looks a little something like this. And so you put water down and basically use that to generate obsidian. When the lava source is near the water, it'll create obsidian. You can drain the water out a little bit and finish off the bottom of the portal, pick up the water and light it. And there you go, you're off to the Nether. So I've practiced that a lot with this plugin. It's very easy to just make a bunch of portals and practice it. So once you get to the Nether, you're going to want gold. In 1.16, they added piglins. And piglins, what is happening here? I'm going to die. Oh my god. Well, you know what? That's okay, because my plugin has a restore from death button here that will, not only will it restore you from death, it'll also put you back. It'll give you some resistance 5 for a few seconds. So, well, I'm still going to start burning. Anyway, so the restore from death button is super useful. It tracks where you were, what dimension you were in, and stuff like that. And you also keep all of your inventory. So for practice purposes, it's pretty ideal. So you can still experience what it's like to die, but you know, once you come back, you're good to go. So yeah, you want a lot of gold because you want to trade with piglins. And piglin trading is pretty important because you can get ender pearls from piglins. So if you, let's see, you make some gold ingots and give them over to a piglin, the piglin will give you some random items. Let's try it. There's 2 piglins right here. 1, 2. Let's see what they give me. They're gonna, of course, attack me because I'm not wearing any gold armor. Okay, that one didn't give me... Okay, no, neither of them gave me... Let's just go to spectator mode and get away. Neither of them gave me ender pearls. It's like a 1 in 20 chance they'll get ender pearls from any given piglin trade, so not that common, but if you get... There's just like a lot of gold in the Nether. Anyway, so you need ender pearls, of course, to make Eyes of Ender. You can also farm endermen if you're in this warped forest biome, but it's a little bit slower. And it's just like, it could be a lot. It could be very fast if you are able to get good trades out of the piglins. Of course, the other thing you need is blaze rods, and you can't... the one like horrible thing about speedruns in 1.16 Random Seed is that they made fortresses a lot more rare because of all the biomes they added. So, of course, my Datapack has got you covered. You can go to either the nearest fortress or to a random fortress. I'll go ahead and click to random fortress. If you want to just practice what it's like to raid a fortress, you can raid a fortress, get those blaze rods, and then just go to another random fortress. Click this button again. You can just basically experience as many different fortresses and different fortress layouts as you want. And you'll get a lot of practice really fast. One thing I didn't know about speedrunning, or about, I guess, blaze spawners and the layout of the fortress, is that the fortress has 2 kinds of areas. There's the outside area, where you have just the bottom of the walkway, and there's the inside area, where you have the walkway that completely surrounds the hallway, or the bricks, the nether bricks that completely surround the hallway. That's the inside. This room with the well is one of a couple kinds of rooms that can connect the 2. So it'll always be at the junction of it, outside and an inside. And so if you're looking for the blaze spawners, you want to be on the outside. So that's something important to know. In fact, I see a blaze spawner right up ahead of me. So I have a pretty safe way of taking on blaze spawners, which is to put some stuff like that. Stuff meaning cobble or whatever, any blocks. And so when you do this, you can jump and get the attention of the blazes, and they'll start moving towards you. But you're pretty safe from getting hit by the blaze fireballs. So there, you just jump, he shoots at you, but he can't actually really hit you. And he's going to move towards me, and then he'll eventually come down here, and I can just, whoops, kill him. Anyway. it's just a very safe way of taking on blaze spawners. If you have a shield, that can also help too, or if you got potion of fire resistance from trading with piglins. But yeah, you basically just need to use the... Gotta be careful about walking into fire when you do this, though. You can use these blocks as like just something to keep the line of sight between you and the eyes of the blaze separate, so that if their eyes can't see your eyes, then they will not shoot at you. And so you can temporarily jump just so that they do see you and start moving towards you, but they won't actually really be able to hit you. I killed that one. Anyway, so you do that for a while. You get about 7 blaze rods. When you're done, you know, you can find a portal. There's a ruined portal here. That's actually kind of funny. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this piglin's gonna be mad at me. Don't hate me, bro. All right. So there is some gold here. If I hadn't already gotten my ender pearls, you know, I could use that. I could use these gold boots to make the piglins not be mad at me. Potentially, I could finish the portal here if I had some obsidian. You can actually get obsidians from piglin trades. Also, there's these, you know, gold blocks, of course. So still useful to find one of these in the nether, depending on what you've done so far already. Since I went to a random fortress, I'm not going to be able to go back to my portal. So the next couple of options we're going to go over are the Post-Nether hotbar. So if I click Post-Nether hotbar, it'll fill my inventory with stuff that I expect to have after I'm done with the nether. So a bunch of beds, some Eyes of Ender to get to and finish the Ender portal. Those are basically the, yeah. I mean, the Eyes of Ender are what you're trying to get when you come to the nether, essentially. So Post-Nether hotbar, just immediately, like you could just load up a new world and give yourself a Post-Nether hotbar. And then there's 2 buttons here, which will take you back to the overworld. There's 2 less than 300 meters from Stronghold or in Stronghold. And so if I click this first button, 2 less than 300 meters from Stronghold, it's going to put me in the overworld. Let's go ahead and, since I've got a bed here, I might as well sleep and make it daytime. Make the mobs less likely to kill me. and I can you know, throw my ender pearl, follow it, and I know that I'm less than 300 meters from the Stronghold, so I can use that information to help me, you know, try and triangulate the Stronghold. So this is a good way if you just want to practice finding a stronghold and you know, digging down to it. This is a good way to practice that. You know, throw another one. Okay, it looks like the angle's changed, so I would probably start doing like lost it. Probably start like putting down some blocks that kind of mark you know, the line, and so that I can triangulate by maybe coming over off to the side here, and let's throw this. So yeah, it looks like it's right about here. So I would probably dig down right about here. And I'm not actually going to do that, but let's see. Yep, I would have gotten right next to this stairwell here, which is actually the entrance to the Stronghold. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, is go less than 300 meters from Stronghold. The other option that'll take you towards the Stronghold is this in Stronghold button. So this will actually teleport you inside of the Stronghold somewhere. So it'll take you somewhere random. So you can keep clicking it, and you'll just keep going to random places within the Stronghold. And so that one's useful if you just want to practice exploring strongholds, because they are kind of big and maze-like. It can be hard to keep track of where you are. And since you kind of usually enter the stronghold at a random spot anyway, this is pretty good practice for what it's like to encounter a new stronghold. So I'm not going to try and find the end portal, you know, manually. That's something I would do in practice, but I'm just going to cheat a little bit. Let's see if we can't find that portal room. This is a moderately big one. I see it. Okay, so we can go over here, break this thing, kill this guy maybe. All right, he's dead. And of course, fill in the end portal. And you can also, if you don't want to find an end portal, you can just spawn in an end portal directly. So if I go ahead and click create end portal, I'm going to have some lava problems here. But you can basically just make your own end portal anywhere you want. This works in the nether, this works in the overworld, or I guess it probably also works in the end. I haven't actually tried it. Anyway, then you go and do the end fight. So here I am pretty far from the island, but let's just go over to the island. So you can do the end fight, the Ender Dragon fight, without any arrows or bows or anything like that. You can just use beds to damage the dragon. And the way that works is that beds, if you use a bed in the end, it will blow up. And you can protect yourself from the damage. Come on. Come on. You can protect yourself from the damage by using the pillar in the middle. There's a technique I'll show you in a second here. I can't believe I can't get this. There we go. But the way that I do these speedruns is I actually blow up all the crystals. If you want a little bit of help with this, maybe you're trying to hit one that's pretty far away, I do have an option to help with that. And that is this track crystal shots option. You click that, it'll toggle it. And if you shoot at a crystal, you get a little cutscene of what that looks like. So I'm aiming a little low, but this can help you like calibrate your end crystal shots, how far you need to aim, like where you need to aim from different directions. Okay, so you can see the dragon's perching on the pillar right now. That's an important thing, and that's actually how you kill the dragon with beds. Oh, come on. Come on. Ah, I got it. Anyway. So let me show you what that's like. So to kill the dragon with beds or damage the dragon with beds, there's a few different ways to do it. You have to wait for it to perch. And in fact, in my data pack, there's this reset and perch button. So let's go ahead and click the reset and perch. This will reset the entire fight. It'll respawn all the crystals. It'll resummon the dragon. It actually broke all of these things. All right, well, I'm just gonna do it from here. So the way you can do this is like this. I'm using the pick block button to like grab the remaining beds from my inventory, because if you remember, there were about 13 beds. But you can see how much damage I'm doing with each bed. These aren't actually very good. The 26 one was not bad. You can do up to like 50 damage. You want to like have the head of the bed near the head of the dragon. And so you can actually kill the dragon this way. I didn't quite have enough beds to kill the dragon, because I'm not really great at it. So, but you can also stand underneath the dragon like this and just hit its head. You deal about 9 damage per hit with an axe, with just a stone axe. If you have a better axe, you can deal more. And you can kill the dragon that way. And so this data pack can help you practice the end dragon fight. There's a few things. Pause and Pause is actually learning how to do these speedruns too, the Random Seed Glitchless speedruns. And he requested this no Enderman feature. So this just automatically gets rid of any Enderman that spawn. You can only see them for about a frame and they disappear. But yeah, you can reset the end. This will summon a new dragon. He'll fly around and he'll basically it'll be a normal fight. You can also click reset and perch. And this will spawn in a dragon in perch mode, so you can practice the bed fight, or one cycling as it's called, using beds to damage the dragon. And so if you want to give yourself more beds, of course, just use this post-nether hotbar. This dragon's looking at me. Use this post-nether hotbar button, and then I'll have all my beds back in my inventory, and I can resummon that dragon. And let's see if I can't kill it again. Let's try it out. It's having hitboxes on like this is really helpful for the dragon fight. The hitboxes don't quite match the animation of the dragon. So, oh, this is going a little bit better, except for that. Oh well, I got to show off my MLG water bucket skills, so at least there was that. You can get it back in though, and hopefully deal some damage to the dragon. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill it here because it's getting healed from the crystals, but yeah, so that's pretty much what a speedrun fight looks like. Better, you can do it better if you get the head of the bed closer to the head of the dragon. When it blows up, it'll deal more damage. So I'm just not like that great at it. That's why I always bring a bow and a bunch of arrows with me to the end, in order to make sure I can kill off the crystals, so that if I don't kill the dragon with beds, I'll be able to wait for it to perch and hit it with the axe a few times, and wait for it to perch and hit it with the axe a few times, and deal damage to it that way. It's a lot slower, but at least it's a more surefire way. Here it's perching again. See if I can get in underneath it. Yep. So yeah, as long as you're standing in the middle here when he lands, you'll be fine. He won't be able to hit you, and you can just walk up and just hit the head. Anyway, that's all of the features of the data pack, I think. I think I went over all the options. Let's just check again real quick. Track crystal shots. Those are configurable options. No Enderman. You can turn that off and allow Enderman to spawn once again. Yeah, create end portal. It does work in the end. Of course, this one I think will just beat the game. Yeah, because if you use an end portal from the end, you beat the game. But yeah, and then it brings up the options again. So really, really handy. This has been super useful for me when learning how to speedrun this category. There's, I'm sure, tons of stuff I didn't cover. There's a link in the description to a list of guides from speedrun.com. And so if you are interested in learning how to speedrun Minecraft 1.16 Random Seed Glitchless or any other Minecraft category, check out that link. But otherwise, there's a download link for the data pack in the video description. All you have to do is put the zip file into the data packs folder of a new world, and you're good to go. And you can practice all sorts of things. And I think practicing, just having really tight practice loops, you know, being able to practice the same thing over and over again is a really, really important part of speedrunning. And so this data pack is really good for that. So that's about it. Thanks for watching.